This resort looks like luxury, private marina, huge rooms, exclusive location in Cap Cana. But here's the question no one is asking. Backhand index pointing right. Why do some guests love it and others say they would never come back? Because what this place offers is not what most people expect. And if you book it thinking it's a typical all-inclusive resort in Punta Cana, you might be making a big mistake. So before you spend your money, let's break down the truth about TN Resorts Marina Cap Cana. Brain the expectation versus reality problem. Let's start with the biggest issue, expectation. Most people booking this hotel think they're getting a beachfront resort, luxury all-inclusive, premium experience. But that's not exactly what this is. This is where most of the disappointment comes from, because this hotel is different. Not worse, just different. Round pushpin location, this changes everything. Yes, it's in Cap Cana, one of the most exclusive areas in Punta Cana. That sounds great, but here's the reality. Backhand index pointing right, it's not on the beach. It's located in the marina, so instead of waking up to waves, you're waking up to boats. Now, for some people, that's actually a plus. Quiet, private, less crowded. But if your dream vacation includes walking out of your room directly onto the beach, this is not that experience. And that one detail alone changes everything about your stay. Hotel first impression, calm or empty, when you arrive, the resort feels quiet, very quiet. No loud music, no big energy, no chaos. And that can feel amazing, or it can feel like something is missing, because this is not a resort vibe in the traditional sense. It feels more like backhand index pointing right, a residential complex. Backhand index pointing right, a private condo community. And depending on what you're expecting, that can either be perfect or disappointing. Bedrooms, this is where it shines. Now, let's talk about the strongest part of this hotel, the rooms, because this is where most guests are surprised. They're big, really big. We're not talking about standard hotel rooms. We're talking about apartment-style layouts, full living areas, large balconies, some with private plunge pools. This is perfect for long stays, groups, or travelers who want space. In fact, this is one of the reasons people book this place. You get more room than most all-inclusive resorts. But here's the trade-off. Some guests mention that while the rooms are large, they don't always feel modern. In some cases, they feel slightly outdated. So you get space, but not always that luxury finish. Fork and knife with plate food, where things get risky. Now we get to one of the most important parts, and also one of the most inconsistent, the food. Some guests say it's good, others say it's average, and a few say it's disappointing. That's a big range, and that's a problem, because in a true luxury all-inclusive, food should be consistent. Here it's hit or miss. There are a few restaurants on the property, but not all of them are open every day, and that can limit your options, especially at night. So instead of having endless choices, you might find yourself repeating meals, and that's where expectations start to break. Beach with umbrella beach, the biggest deal breaker. Let's talk about the deal breaker for many people, the beach, or more specifically, the lack of direct access. Because this is not a beachfront resort. If you want to go to the beach, you usually need transportation, and that changes experience in a big way. Think about it. Instead of walking a few steps, you're planning it, waiting, moving, coming back. For some travelers, it's not a big deal, but for others, it completely breaks the all-inclusive feeling. Person swimming pool and vibe relaxed, maybe too relaxed. The pool area is actually one of the better parts of the resort. It's clean, it's spacious, and it's never overcrowded. You don't have to wake up early to reserve a chair. You don't deal with noise. You don't deal with chaos. But again, this comes back to preference. Because the same thing that makes it relaxing also makes it feel quiet. Very quiet. There's no strong energy here. No party. No big entertainment. This is not a place for action. This is a place for stillness. Performing arts activities, low energy experience. If you're expecting shows, nightlife, daily entertainment, this is not the resort for that. There are activities, but they're light, low energy, minimal. This is not a things to do all day resort. This is more of a backhand index pointing right, do nothing and relax place. And again, that works for some people, but not for everyone. Handshake service, hit or miss. Service is another area where opinions are divided. Some guests say the staff is friendly and helpful. Others mention slow service or inconsistencies. This creates an unpredictable experience. You might get amazing service, or you might not. And at this price level, that matters. Balance scale the truth, who this hotel is really for. So let's be clear, this hotel is not bad, but it's not for everyone. It works well if you want peace and quiet, like large rooms, prefer a residential style stay, don't care about being on the beach. But it does not work if you want a luxury resort experience, expect high-end food, need beachfront access, want energy and entertainment. Here's the truth most people don't realize. This resort doesn't fail because it's bad. It fails because people book it for the wrong reasons. They expect luxury beachfront, full resort experience, top tier all-inclusive, and that's not what this is. But if you understand what you're getting, it can actually be a very good stay. The problem is not the hotel. The problem is the expectation. If you want more honest reviews like this, make sure to subscribe to Punta Cana to do Incluido. And if you're planning your next trip, check out our Expedia affiliate links in the description to compare resorts and find the best deals. Because choosing the right resort makes all the difference.